Walking up West Broad Street, getting very close to the city of Allentown here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I just attended the annual, it's kind of like automatic and it's like a tradition for me to attend the Bethlehem tree lighting, which is the first Christmas tree lighting here in the Lehigh Valley, and officially kicks off the holiday season here in the Lehigh Valley. Over on Main Street on Black Friday, only place to be, trust me. But there's something I noticed this year, and I walked over, it was light out, and by the way, it's gorgeous. A little chilly, get a little chilly, it's temperature's dropping through the 50s now, but it was a gorgeous day. I mean, Main Street was packed, honestly. But the one thing that growing up here, when I lived in North Carolina, and now that I'm back, the one thing I always loved about the holidays here, the Christmas holiday season here in Lehigh Valley is, especially Black Friday, but especially over in Bethlehem. And as you can tell from some of the photos, looking at the Christmas lights, just walking around, it's just something very special about the Allentown, Bethlehem, Whitehall, Catasauqua, North Catasauqua, Stiles, Egypt, Hockendaqua, Copley, Cementon, and I think I missed a few. I think I said Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton already. And beyond, and a few other towns that it's just, there's always been something about this area that kind of makes you, even if you're visiting, you want to come back the following year. But this year's, it seems like it's different. Over on Main Street in Bethlehem, classic example. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. They have and I'm not even going to try to do the German pronunciation of it, but they have a Christmas village set up with huts for vendors, which is really cool. I mean, right there, Chris Kindle Mart, $9 over at Arts Quest, $9 to walk in. You're basically asking the majority of the people here, even the ones that visit, you're just basically paying to shop, okay? That, I covered it a couple of years ago. I paid the $9 and I was like, okay, what's so great about it? But anyway, over on Main Street is what we'll really go over to Main Street, see the shops, the Chocolate Lab, Moravian Bookstore, some of the great but a little expensive restaurants, and things like that. But this year, the Christmas village, always extended down past the Moravian Bookshop. You had two main sections of it. You had the main part of it in the Sunning Courtyard, which the joint coffee shop, looking for some great unique gifts, especially for people like me who are 44 and grew up in the 80s. Underground Lair, definitely stop by there. This is the last year, by the way. They're retiring. Definitely stop in those two places. The Chalk Lab, as I stated. You want great gift ideas? Bam, right there. Moravian Bookshop. But anyway, the village was always in two parts. The main one was the Sunning Courtyard, and then you had this little section down below the bookshop and around the bookshop. Well, last year we just got hit with it would snow the day before Thanksgiving, and we got hit with some real hard weather last year, especially temperature wise. And I was informed by multiple people that the vendors that were there last year they didn't make the money. So this year, it was due to the lack of vendors, it was actually scaled back to just the Sunning Courtyard. And not only that, but there were a couple, I noticed, just flat out empty spaces where one of the huts usually is. Plus, 3 of the huts here on Black Friday had their doors closed. I mean, it's Christmas in the Lehigh Valley. Main Street always put me in the spirit no matter what kind of mood I was in. If I was having a rough day or depressed, things like that, all I had to do was go over to Main Street, and guess what? bam, I was automatically in the holiday mood. But this year is different. I mean, I was over on Black Friday. It was great for a few, I caught that spirit for a few minutes. And after that, and by the way, just turned on to Pennsylvania Avenue to give you a reference point. But, this year was like, even the tree lighting, there was a ton of people there. It was gorgeous. It was in the low 60s. But I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, I was excited to be there, but underneath it all, I was like, it just didn't feel like the holidays in Bethlehem. And walking back, I mean, I know a lot of people, I don't care what they say about the economy, it still sucks. The job market still is very rough. And walking back, a lot of people that used to years ago, and I hate to use that term, have the Christmas tree lights up and everything. Walking back, it's like, I'm looking down the different streets, I'm like, what happened? Like I said, the Lehigh Valley was always, when I lived in North Carolina, it was the only time of the year where I missed being here. Despite the fact that I knew normally it would be freezing cold. What happened to Christmas here in the Valley? Honestly, just doesn't feel like it already right now. Maybe the closer it gets, it will, but usually Black Friday, that's bam. And this year is like, for myself at least. Now, in defense of Bethlehem in the area, I did see a lot of people walking around with packages and doing the whole holiday thing. A lot of families, a lot of kids around, which is what I was glad to see. The vendors, the shops over on Main Street, if I had to guess, are going to do fantastic this year. The vendors and shops in the Christmas Village are going to do a very good business today. So, like I said, maybe it's just me, but what happened to Christmas in the Valley? Michael Phoenix, founder of the magazine. Happy holidays, everyone. Hopefully I didn't get you too depressed, but had to throw that one in. Take care, stay safe, and remember what they're really about. Family, friends, laughter, love, and who knows, maybe a true shot of peace on earth. Thanks for the support, everyone. Later.